Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel and another vlog. Sorry it's been so long. Rob and I went on holiday and Freddles had a bit of an easy time, so there wasn't much to talk about. However, I thought I would do a kind of week in the life of Freddie vlog because next Saturday we have our area festival coming up. We've qualified for the prelim silver section, so this week is going to be very busy. And I thought you might be interested to see what we do in prep. To be honest, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I'll just treat it like, oh, he's coming to say hi. No, he's not. Treat it like any other show. But yeah, thought I might as well bring you along for the week. I've not done this before, I don't think, actually. This is probably the first full week in the life that we've done. I did actually want to do this intro in the field because I thought it'd be a bit nicer than the stable. Hello. But it was so windy that you wouldn't have been able to hear me, so I got a tiny little clip of when I went to get the ponies in and thought I'd start it in here. So today is Friday. We are heading off for a dressage lesson this evening. I'm not sure if I'll get any film of that or not. I need to set up my pivo that's been sitting in my cupboard for quite a while. Naughty. But hopefully I'll be able to get some, and if not I will just do a few little bits, oh god, let you know how it goes, and then tomorrow we're off to a competition, so that should be fun. So Freddie's routine wise, at the moment they are out overnight, in the day. It's been pretty warm, sort of up to, oh, you're so unhelpful, up to like 30 degrees some days. So they come in and chill out in the slightly cooler stable in the day. So every morning I come up, sort out my poo picking, grab Fred and Macy in together. It's quite a long walk, so I'm glad they come in together. Can you stop trying to eat me, please? And then they have their breakfast. I usually ride in the evenings. On the odd day where it's really hot, I do get up a bit earlier and ride in the morning, so you don't have to boil, hey? But yeah, pretty simple routine in the morning, nice and quick, and then straight back to work. I do work from home sort of 4 days a week, so sometimes I come before work and sometimes I do a couple of hours and then pop down because it's only 2 minutes up the road, and they just get a little bit, oh no, a little bit longer out in the field. So I am going to crack on with my morning. Fred and Macy are just going to have their breakfasts and then I'm going to head back to work for the day, and I will see him this afternoon and you guys. Alright, there we go. There is one happy pony with his breakfast and another happy pony that's almost finished her breakfast already. See you later, ponies. Hey guys, it is now Friday afternoon. We're almost ready to go off for our lesson. Trailer's all ready. Fred just needs a quick brush. He's running away. He knows that the trailer's there. Yeah, he needs a quick brush, pop his booties on, and we can head off. Excuse my really red face, it's boiling, it's like 28 degrees. But it's better than pouring rain. Right, Fred? Yeah? Right, let's get you cleaned up super quick and off we go. Oh, I did manage to get the pivo set up, so fingers crossed we'll have some lesson content as well. Right, see you there. We've made it, and for once we've got loads of time to spare, haven't we, mate? He travelled really well. It was quite hot, but I do have a fan in here, so that's always a plus. He looks pretty happy, nice and chilled. Good boy. Right, let's get you ready. and we are back home from our lesson. Both the ponies are in the field. Lesson was really good. Fred felt really good actually, really strong. Liz commented that he looks like he's got stronger since she last saw him, which was probably about 6-7 weeks ago. So that's always good to know. Really liked some of the canter work today. I felt like I could lift him up in front, and I just need to really be aware of my weight in my left leg. He tends to throw me to the right, and if I'm not quick enough to catch that, then that's when we lose the shoulder and everything goes a little bit skew-whiff. Same in the medium trot. I actually felt like I could lift him up, and he was actually sitting down behind and going forwards and upwards at the same time, which before he's always tried to kind of like dive onto his nose and not really use himself properly, which is obviously just a strength thing. That's what babies do, and I guess for now he's kind of babyish. Yeah, really happy. Had a run through of the novice test for tomorrow. That went well, minus we crashed into the bush and got scared coming down the last centre line. Yeah, really good. So I am going to head home and clean my tack, get my boots all clean, get everything packed ready for tomorrow, and I will see you in the morning. Bye! Good morning, guys. It's Saturday, so that means it is dressage show day. I am just wandering down to get both the ponies in, and then I've got to get the trailer ready and plat up Mr.Freddles. We are going off to do the new BD test today. So we've got prelim 5, no, that's a lie, prelim 6, which is a nice test. And then we've got novice 5, which actually is quite tricky for a novice. We've not done a novice for quite a while, but obviously he's more than ready. We ran through that in our lesson yesterday and it went pretty good. So that's the plan for today. Helena is coming with me. Not sure if Charlie is or not, but we'll find out later. So I'll have top groom there to help. New venue for us, so looking forward to seeing what that's like. I've had quite a lot of positive feedback saying it's a lovely place and the organisers are really good, so yeah, we'll find out. Exciting day. Weather's quite nice at the moment, it's not too hot, it's definitely not cold as you can see. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. Good morning. Rare sighting of Macy not eating. Whoa. She looks so good at the moment. Really pleased with her weight, and obviously she's 24, but she's doing fantastically, aren't you, my dear? Fred's still stuffing in that last little bit of grass. God, sorry for my wonky handwork. It's really hilly here and I always trip over. Right, let's get you two in. Hello. We have arrived at Speedgate with a very chilled out Fred, and look who's back! Poppy's back! Looks very nice and chilled. Arena's over there. Yeah, should be fun. So we're gonna get you ready, mister, and go do some dancing. This is all grass, yummy. There we go, happy pony, happy top groom. Oh, off he goes. See ya.
I don't like being brushed. Don't see me.
Right, let's do this.
It's so funny. Where are we going?
He's a good boy though.
I can hear the race cars. That sounds fun.
That sounds well fun, doesn't it, friends? The horsepower.
Here we look.
He doesn't care about anything though, does he?
It's
He's such a sweetheart.
rough full of adventure.
Right, so we're going through this gap here. No. And then we should find the warm up. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Right, over and out till we find the warm up.
Okie dokie, so first test is done. I am super happy with that. He was really chilled, rideable. I remembered to ride and think about what I was doing, remembered the test, and yeah, was really good. Thought my centre lines were fairly straight, all the canter work was really nice, and there was no tension there at all. So, scores on the doors, predictions.
So I am going for very precise 66.78.
I'm going to go one better and go 67.
Woohoo!
We shall
It
see.
was very nice though, very rideable, very calm.
Yeah, he was a good boy.
Really nice.
He's just munching away.
And given your trailer's right next door to the arena,
Yeah, no,
this is where we used to get
no
problems.
nappy silly behaviour, which was very nice. Right, I am going to go and learn my second test and then jump back on in about 20 minutes. See you in a bit.
Oh no.
All done. So that one didn't go as well. Dummy rider made an error, and I know it sounds like an excuse, but there was a dressage to music going on next door, and they had Dirty Dancing, and it was really distracting. Helen was bopping along to it, and I was cantering along going, no, concentrate, come on.
Yeah, I don't know how you did it.
So we just about did it, and then we had a bit of an annoying break back to trot in the canter, but the good work was really nice, and
Really nice.
when he got tense he chilled out straight away again, didn't
Yeah,
he?
really
So
nice.
not too bad. I'm going to go with a very positive 63.5% from that one.
Okay. I'm going to go with higher 63s because I'm bordering 63, 64.
Yeah,
So I'm going to go high 63.
yeah,
So-
fair. I think that's fair because the good bits were good and the bad bits were pretty
I think
rubbish.
the good bits will counteract the bad
I
bits.
hope so. We shall find out. So we're going to go get the results, get a drink and head home. See you in a bit. Hey, so I'm back where I started my day, in the field with the ponies, just on my lovely poo picking. Everyday task. Yeah, absolutely over the moon with today. He was a very good boy, nice and chilled. The journey home was a little bit stressful because the motorway was shut, but we made it, thankfully. Travelled like an angel again. Yeah, couldn't have asked for anything more, minus me remembering my test and not getting distracted. But we roll. We got a second place rosette for the novice with, I think it was 62.3%, so not the best score. I don't know, I haven't read the sheet yet, so I don't know if it was just kind of harshly marked or what. But yeah, everyone was pretty low scoring, so yeah, second and going wrong. Can't moan about that. So very happy, Macy's happy, Freddles is happy, everyone's happy. I'm going to go home in a minute and get a takeaway because Rob is at a barbecue. So I feel like I deserve that today. Right, I will catch you tomorrow for hacking day. See you later. Bye. Good morning. As you can see, we are out on a lovely hack. Normally, I'll just show you the view from up here because it's really pretty. So this is the livery yard that we're stabled on, so that's all of our riding. So we are very lucky, and that was one of the reasons that I chose this yard in the first place. Jessie is in the back somewhere, she's very far behind. So usually after a show I would give him the day off. However, there's quite a few different different factors in play this week. So tomorrow the weather is 33 degrees, so I don't really want to work him in that. He's got an indoor bar session this afternoon, so he'd have to be lunged at anyway. So we're going to save that for a bit later in the week. And Polly's coming to do his McTimony on Tuesday. So yeah, I decided that we'd go for a nice little bimble with our friends today. So that's what we're up to. I will get a few between the ears shots of our lovely hacking. we have had a lovely hack. Just had one little trot along the back because the ground is really hard. And we picked up 2 more stragglers on the way, so Macy is somewhere back there. Oh, and it's lovely and cool in the shade. Freddles was a very good boy, and he's now heading home for a bath, which he absolutely hates, but he's disgusting, so it is time. He's avoided it this whole year so far, so it's time to get it done. Sorry, mate. Oh, lovely. He's like, no, get up.
Don't be wet.
Fred.
How soapy the sponges.
Good boy. This water pressure is so rubbish. You attacked that haynet.
The haynet's full.
Don't. So annoying.
Oh,
Oh, really? Oh! Yes. Just grab the shovel so you can shovel it out of the way.
Yeah, you might get a bit soapy.
Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Another week has begun. I'm just bringing the ponies in. It's Freddie's day off today, so there won't be much. It's very shiny after his bath. You want to come in? Says yes, please. Come on then. Good boy. Alrighty, that is Mr. Freddles all sorted for his lovely day off. Yeah, it's going to be really hot, so he's got extra bucket of water, loads and loads of haylage and wet hay. Had his breakfast, had his fly spray on. He's a happy boy. I am off to work. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Tuesday morning, bright and early before it gets too hot because it's meant to be another scorcher. We are just heading down to the arena to do some groundwork, so I've brought my trusty Pivo along, so I'll set that up and get some video of what we get up to. I would usually have ridden him today, however, one, it's really hot, and two, I don't have as much time as normal, so obviously all of the groundwork stuff is super beneficial to him. It's how he rehabbed for the first sort of 8 months of his kids and spine journey, so I keep it up once or twice a week anyway. So I've had a little play around with my dates and times. I probably won't actually ride him until Friday, the day before the area festival, because he's got McTimony this afternoon. So tomorrow will be a gentle lunge, and then Thursday my tack will be away. A lovely lady at the yard cleans it for me for big shows and bits like that, because I just don't have time to do it properly. And it's great to support a small business, and she's great and she uses lovely products. So Thursday I would imagine we'll go for some hill work. That is my plan at the moment. So let's see how we get on this morning, beat the heat, and then you can go to bed for a little while, can't you, mate? And I can go to work. So I thought I would do a bit of a voiceover for this in-hand work. As you can see, we just started with a little bit of a stretchy lunge to get him nice and warm. And then here we move into turn on the forehand. So what I really want here is the inside hind leg really reaching up and across under his belly, so it encourages him to round his back and just drop the weight onto the hind end. The front isn't as important. Obviously, we just want those front legs going around on a small circle. I try really hard not to let his shoulder drift out, but that's not the main focus. The main focus is that hind end really stepping and crossing through, which, as you can see, he does actually do really, really well. There's a few times each way where he takes a smaller step and avoids that crossing motion, but for the most of it, he's really good at this now. When we first started, he could do about 2 steps and then basically fell over his own legs. So I can't complain. So I think we're just changing the rein to do the same thing this way. He's ever so slightly better at it this way, and I'm better at controlling the front end this way. I don't know if that's something to do with body position or which hand is dominant, or could be anything. But again, as you can see, he's really lifting that inside hind leg up and across, stepping under, and there are a few short steps like there just was there, but then he's back to it and gets back into the motion, and that whole core really lifts, the top line stretches, and he uses himself nicely. Little moment of rest so he can process that and just have a few minutes, bless him. So another one of my absolute favourite exercise is raised walk poles. We do a lot of these. Because I was doing so much other work, I only put 3 out this day. But I do these at least once a week, all kind of variations, different heights, different layouts. Sometimes I'll have up to sort of 15 in a row, which is obviously very hard work, and we've had to build up to that. But yeah, any variation of this is really, really good for that joint mobility and getting his back up in the air, lifting. Really good boy. Again, he struggled with this at the start, but obviously he doesn't anymore. So just walking across the arena into the rein back. I do a lot of this on the fence line, but I wanted to get a side-on view for you guys on the video. So we just stand him square and then quietly ask him to move backwards. So preferably he would be in a dead straight line. We do have a couple of little wibbles, hence doing it on the fence line normally. But as you can see, he walks backwards, and then you'll really see his, there we go, his hind end drop and his pelvis round. And that just takes the weight back and again gets him to really engage that core, get a bit of thoracic lift, as well as using that hind end. That's another one of my favourite exercises. What are we doing here? We're going off to do some leg yield. So again, this is a bit of a work in progress. At the start, it was very, very sticky. The steps were really slow and small. And now you can see that he takes big sideways steps. The next thing that I want to aim for here is getting him to really get that inside hind leg forward as he steps across. Probably about 70% of the steps here are good now. He does like to escape through the shoulder a little bit. And again, that's probably partly his weakness and partly my handling. It takes a lot of time and coordination to work out exactly what we're doing here. So again, here you can see, actually probably a little bit better from this angle. He's really crossing over, but he's not quite travelling straight. Now he struggles a little bit more this way, and it's harder to keep his shoulder under control. But the steps are getting closer to where they need to be, and he really, really tries. I think he finds this all a little bit boring. We're a bit slow. Okay, so here we started off with a few really good steps, and then we get a little bit sticky. He just goes a bit too much sideways, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, I remember. Picks himself up and really walks forward. So here, terrible planning from me. The poles are in the way, so he had to go a bit more sideways than I wanted to. We were about to do another leg yield, however the pivo disappears off in a little world of its own, got bored of our work. And we're back. So we're going for a rein back again. So just tip that weight back and then ask him to walk backwards. Ideally you want him stepping back in diagonal pairs, which he does, and then he goes a little bit, ooh, that's hard, as his back rounds and he really sits. But actually overall that was really nice, and he went to hollow and I just said, please don't, and actually he was like, okay, dropped his head and lifted himself back up. It was really good. Good boy. And I think this is the final rein back. Starts off very slow and sticky, and then he goes, ah yeah, rein back. And this one he really sits down and rounds. It looks really good. I'm really happy with the progress in the rein back. And that's starting to come under saddle now too, which is really lovely. Clever boy. And then to finish off, he just has a bit of a stretch on the lunge. Just gets him to relax, get his back up, lift in, stretch all those muscles out that he's worked. We probably spent about 45 minutes in here this day. We did quite a bit more pole work than I've shown because I didn't want to repeat the same thing. But really, really happy with him. He is a very good boy. Alrighty guys, that is our groundwork session done for today. He was a really good boy. He worked very nicely. There are a few little sticky moments, but most of it was really positive. I like doing this just because it really encourages him to use his body properly, lift his core up and work over his back. He did, I think I said at the start of the session, he did a hell of a lot of this kind of work at the start of his rehab, and I'm just keeping it going. It's been a little while since we've done some of the lateral stuff, so yeah, really, really happy with that. And we will probably see you tomorrow. I might be able to video a bit of the McTimony session, I'm not sure, but there won't be anything else exciting later. It will just be poo picking, turning out and lugging lots of hay to the field. So I hope that you enjoyed this session, and I hope that you'll keep watching for tomorrow. See you later. So this is the beginning of our lunge session the next day. As you can see, Mr.Freddles is not feeling it in the slightest. I only videoed a tiny little bit of this because it's really hard to work him properly with the camera in my hand. So on the lunge we aim for nice forward big steps, pushing from behind, having him long and low and bending round to the inside. I'm annoyed that I didn't bring my pivo because he did some really, really good core conditioning type lunging on a vault to this day in walk, trot and canter, and it would have been really useful for you guys to see that, but I can always video one of those sessions in the future. But yeah, I figured out very quickly that holding the camera and lunging Fred was not going to make him work to the best of his ability, but I did still want to show you a tiny bit from this day. Hey guys, happy Thursday. So we are doing our in-hand hill work. Got some company with little Jess and Macy. It's so windy, I won't video much of this, but I wanted to keep you up to date with what we're doing. So I don't know if you can see that, this really works his back, so he really lifts himself up and has to power up the hill. And oh my god, walking up this hill is really hard because it's very steep. So we're going to come up here a couple of times today, and then tomorrow, oh, it says yeah, I can see the foal running around. Come on. Good boy. Oh, not the best weather to be doing this. I will catch you in a bit. So this is something that I totally forgot to film at the beginning of the week. So every time Fred's work, he has a stretching session after. I had already done quite a few of the stretches before I started filming, so he generally does 4 to 5 of these sideways stretches each side each day, and he'll do 3 between his legs just because he's not the best at that, so I don't want to overstretch it and make anything worse. So the idea of this is to stretch out each side of his body, really get him to engage his core as he does that. Preferably his ears would be a little bit more level, but he wasn't really playing ball. He knew he was near the end. And you'll see in a minute that he knows what's coming next, and it's not his favourite thing to do. But he is a really good boy. I do actually use treats for this because he doesn't snatch or grab at all. I had a really bad experience once where my old horse bit my finger and snapped it in two while I was doing this. But Fred just refuses to stretch for a lick-it, which is really frustrating because that is the safer option. So here I just wanted to show you once between his knees because he had done that stretch. He's a little bit cheeky and he curls his neck away to get out of it, but all I do is just keep putting him in the straight position and starting again. So here I am just moving him around because we're about to do the belly lifts. He will do 5 of these with me on each side just to make sure I'm doing it evenly. So he gets so angry, he tries to bite me every time. He's never got me, touch wood, so far. So I just pop one hand under where his girth would go and one further back and just tickle him with my fingers. He's very sensitive and he doesn't need much pressure at all. And you'll see better when I'm on the other side. He just contracts his core muscles and his whole back really lifts and stretches. And I feel this is super beneficial for him, not only to stretch out those impinging spaces, but also to help him build the muscle that he needs to carry me, there we go, as a rider. So you'll see the line across the bottom of his belly where he's really using those muscles to push his back up. And you'll see as I release, he drops it down slowly, and then everything contracts and comes back upwards. And he does secretly like it. It's the touch in his belly that he doesn't like, but the actual stretch he does, because his face goes all soft when he actually relaxes into it. Good boy. Oh, angry boy. So I have been shown these by my chiropractor and my physio, so I know that I'm doing beneficial stretching and not kind of just winging it. So if you want to do these, I would advise talking to the physio or chiropractor, whoever treats your horse, before you do any of that. Good boy.
Good morning, happy Friday everybody. I have made it to vlogging every single day for a whole week. I am very impressed with myself. So I am currently on board Mr.Freddles. Just got on. We're having a little school before tomorrow because it's the area festival. It's come around quite quick and I do feel ever so slightly underprepared because I haven't actually ridden since last Sunday, as you would have seen. But we've done lots of bits. There's nothing too out of the ordinary for him. So we're just going to have a little run through of our test today, see how he's feeling, and yeah, get ready tomorrow and go. So having a nice stretch. Good boy. I forgot the Pivo, so there will be no film of me actually riding today, but I'll let you know how it goes afterwards. So I'll catch you in a bit. All finished. He was actually a really, really good boy. He felt lovely. It was pretty much the perfect pre-areas prep. Had a quick stretchy warm-up, ran through the test, which wasn't perfect. Hopefully it'll go better tomorrow, because we ironed out a few little wriggles, like I want to charge off down the centre line in medium trot. But can't complain because that means he's feeling good. Yeah, so rode through the test. I can definitely remember it. Don't want the mistake of last weekend. And then finished off with about 15 minutes of really, really long and low stretchy work. Walk, trot and canter. Felt really good. He's been a clever boy. So a little bit shorter than our usual schooling sessions, but yeah, I don't need to push him before tomorrow. He's been very good. So I will leave it there. I'm going to jump off. Give him a little wash. I was going to rebath him, but I think he's actually clean enough, so I'll give him a rinse down and tidy up any bits that need tidying up. But yeah, apart from that, we are good to go. Right, I better get a shimmy on and get to work. See you this afternoon. Good afternoon. I am here with Mr.Freddles, who's having his dinner. And just like that, our week in the life of Freddie is done. I really hope you have enjoyed following us throughout this week before the areas.
Hello guys, so it is future me interrupting this very positive, cheery outro to bring you some not so positive news. Nothing terrible. So we did not end up getting to our area festival after all. Gutted. So I kept an eye on the traffic all day on Saturday because I had a late time. I wasn't in till 4 o'clock. And Ali, who stabled at the other end of the farm, had been in the morning and she'd warned me that the traffic was horrendous. So I kept an eye on it all day long and it seemed to not be changing, but it didn't seem too bad. It was telling me it was an hour and 20 minutes and it's usually like a 50-minute journey. So I thought, okay, cool. We'll still go. I left an hour earlier than I had originally planned. And yeah, we didn't get very far. We sat in traffic at a standstill for about 45 minutes before Fred started to get a bit agitated, and it was properly standstill, like we moved sort of 10-15 metres in that time. I got out on the motorway to go and see him. He wasn't too bad, he was just kind of nodding his head about. Clearly a little bit stressed, but not too bad. He was resting a leg, so I thought, okay, we'll sit here for a bit longer and see if it clears. The bridge was still like over a mile ahead, and that was all absolutely chock-a-block. Another sort of 15 minutes went by and we'd moved maybe like 50-100 metres, and Mr. Freddles got very upset. Jenny went out in the back with him, and for another sort of 10 minutes he wasn't too bad, and then he really started crashing. So I phoned Jenny and just said, no, let's just take him home. It's really not fair on him. We were going to miss our time anyway. We would have arrived like 2 minutes before I was due to go in, and that's if the traffic moved, which it just wasn't. It was pretty hot, and I think he overheated and just got really annoyed at having to stand still on the motorway for all that time, which I can't blame him. So we managed to squeeze out to the outside lane, drive up past onto like the next junction, turn around and get home. And as soon as we started moving, I think there was some airflow in the trailer. I've got the fan, but that only works when we're moving. All the windows were open obviously, but it was hot. So we got him home, and luckily he's not injured, my trailer's not injured, and we're all safe. So quite disappointing, didn't get to do the area festival, but the boy is okay and that's all that matters. Unfortunately, I can't go to the only other one that I could have entered. So we're going to give that a miss and aim to qualify for the winters. Never mind, that's horses, isn't it? But yeah, I will continue with the vlog. It's going to be right near the end. But yeah, so the happy, excited me at the end, we didn't get to go. If you have, give it a comment. I really enjoy reading them, and I've met some really good friends through here already, which is fab. Give it a like, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more fun with Sir.Freddles, Macy and all of their friends. See you really soon guys. The next one will be the area festival. Eek. See you then. Bye.